We are back here on the IBEW Local 702 postgame show. Head coach Nick Hill joins us here postgame as his comments are always brought to you by CMC Mitchell and Associates. Again, the final score, North Dakota 38, Southern Illinois 19. And, Coach, I'll just start off with you. Where does your mind go? What's on top of mind for you as you join us here postgame?
Honestly, that first half is one of the worst first half performances that we've had. Now we've had in 10 years, but with a good football team, just really inexcusable. And that starts with me. I told them that in the locker room. Look, I'm in charge of the whole deal here, and that's what your role is as the head coach. Hired all the coaches, recruited all the players. I'm in charge of the play calling, and then number one as the head coach, having these guys ready to go. And you can feel like you have a good week of practice. I'm not questioning anybody's, but it has to happen in those 60 minutes, and then understanding that the margin for error of the attention to detail, if it's not there, that first half can happen, and it's just not good enough, inexcusable. And it's my job to make sure that never happens, and then making sure that we find a way, right? And nobody's going to say anything to make anybody feel better. It's about coming back here to work and finding a way to get a rhythm back and playing as a team, and just not good enough.
Nick, you talked about attention to detail. Is there anything specific, without looking at the film, but just kind of reminiscing about that first half that you just?
Yeah, and I'll be the first to tell you. You guys know this. Like, there's some times we got out coached too. I got to do a better job. We all got to do a better job. Just the attention to detail. I mean, our first third down, we didn't run the right play. Whether that's communication in the huddle. That's making sure we have enough reps of that play with the right people in that's going to be in there. Should have called timeout. Still had an opportunity there to Fabian on the 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. It's not that we've repped that play a few times, but not with that with that back in. And so it started right there. It really started right there with a 3 and out. And then we just felt like, we started the game with 2 3 and outs. And there's something to be said, too. Like, we got to have some energy. Did you come out? You create your own energy in this game, right? It's hard to be cheerleading on the sideline when you go 3 and out, right? And at some point, you have to bow up, and somebody's got to create some energy, right, by the way that we play. Teams that have a lot of excitement and by the way we play and all of that is when you're playing well, and we just could not create that at all in the first half, and then how we ended the half. We've ended the half well throughout the season until the last 2 weeks, and it's ended with turnovers that led to touchdowns, and it's just a really bad recipe. We had a long halftime, and I was proud of the way the guys responded. Got a stop, got a score. Looking back, I wish we could have done something with the onside kick and push that game. But we created ourselves such a hole that it just was not good enough.
Yeah, I know, Coach. You're telling players all that stuff. And, just the response that you're getting, you saw a little bit of it the first part of the second half. It's just those windows are so small, and like you talked about, the margin of error in that position playing from behind. How do you rectify that in terms of is it players knowing when they've got to step up? Is it situational stuff in practice? Is it just learned lessons?
Yeah, it's I was proud of because we talked about that. I mean, I've coached like 100 games here, and so you've been a part of them as a coach, and but how we responded, how we played, how we were going to be a teammate. I told them that, all of us. I mean, I would have, I knew how I was going to respond. That's what I told them, and I knew the attitude that I was going to have. And I said we can all commit to what type of teammate we're going to be, the effort we're going to play with, and, the character that we're going to have in this half, regardless of what continues to happen or how we play. And so I was proud of the guys. I mean, from the effort, from the sideline, the second half. And this is a good group of guys. We've talked about that. You can't praise them one week and then one week. It wasn't a lack of, those guys not having the right mental approach or anything. We got outplayed. And in this game, when they capitalize, when you're playing good teams and you really can't stop it, and we're not doing anything to play when it's both sides of the football, that then the score gets out of hand. And so we've got to be able to find a game, whether it's we've got to match scores or when it gets like that and we're bogged down on offense and not creating any offense, then we've got to find a way to just continue to grind and keep it a low-scoring game to win the football game. And right now, against two really good opponents, we've proven not to do that.
Coach, sorry, I know the connections get a little wonky there, so we'll try to bear with us here real quickly. You talked about just obviously, those decisions in the game, and then there were multiple of them as you were going through the game today. Man, really apologize, Coach, if you're getting a lot of static on your end. Just more of, can you kind of take us through just your progression and more of the decision-making process for you of when it came to the 4th down and 10 there late in the first half?
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad all around. Just bad. I mean, for whatever reason, we didn't feel like we could punt it, that we'd hit it out, not net it. 4th and 10, and then, the first two times that we knew, and we talked about that, they're going to all-out pressure you. And we checked to a couple plays. We picked up 2 first downs in a row. And then they got us on that. And that's my job to either call timeout, but we didn't set ourselves up for success right there, and we got to be all around better. That's what I mean. They outcoached us on that series right there. Then we take a loss, and they go score. It's our job to put the first one, a play call that we've repped and everything. We all got to take ownership. We have to trust those guys to go out there and execute. Right there, that's a coaching error, and I said that over and over. I told them that at halftime. I mean, there were no answers to the test on that, I got to be better.
Coach, appreciate the time. Thank you.
All right, thanks.